You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is Black Hollywood Live, This Week. Featuring news and commentary on This Week in Black Hollywood. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host for Black Hollywood Live This Week, Dario Kristen.
I look like I'm in flow.
Hey, what's up, everybody? You're watching Black Hollywood Live This Week. I'm your host, Dario Kristen, and here joining me in the studio
He's the
today.
news boy.
Exactly. is Courtney Stewart
What's up, everybody?
and DJ Jesse J.
What up?
On today's show, we're going to cover a variety of different topics, including Sharon Osbourne bashes Kanye West, Oprah's hatred towards the N-word, Solange Knowles is rumored to play Aaliyah in a new biopic, and CNN's Don Lemon in trouble for agreeing with Bill O'Reilly's comments about black folks. We got to talk about this today. But first, we are going to read the Buzz-O-Meter results from last week's question. Should hip-hop artists be apologetic for their lyrics? You guys voted. 43% of you said yes. 53% of you said no, and 4% of you said you didn't know. You were undecided.
Leave the rappers alone.
Yeah.
You know, that was a good one.
Landslide, though.
I actually voted and I put undecided. I couldn't
I did
figure it
put
out.
undecided.
I couldn't figure it out.
Because like with the Rick Ross thing, I'm like,
Exactly.
no, that needs to be spoken about. The J. Cole thing,
The
I'm
J.
like,
Cole, you
It's
know.
apologetic, though. It's not like telling them to stop.
I
doing what
know,
they're
but
doing. It's
then
like,
I feel
if
like-
you wrinkle feathers, just apologize.
That's
Life would be
true.
much better.
That's what I'm
for
saying. I just don't want to
everyone.
take away from people's right to be able to express
We
themselves.
didn't say stop talking.
You know, First Amendment. All right, but this
God,
week's
Dario.
Buzz-O-Meter question:
Let's not get
should
into
Little
First Amendment
Mama?
fight.
What'd you say?
So let's not get in a First Amendment fight.
We won't get into a fight. We just started. So the question for
don't
this
wanna get
week's
that
Buzz-O-Meter
soup
question
dirty.
is: should Little Mama join the group TLC? We know that they have a movie coming out, and there has been a rumor that Chili and Left Eye want her to join the
Left
group.
Eye asked.
I mean, excuse me, Chili and T-Boz.
T-Boz.
Left Eye would not be asking that question because that would be really
She would
Scary.
just be
Scary.
blessing from above.
among several things. But yes, I think Little Mama would be a good fit. But you
Well,
guys
you
let
gotta
us know.
finish that. T-Boz and Chili asked Little Mama
T-Boz
to
and Chili.
perform for. I think it's that we spoke about that festival
in Philadelphia or something, yeah.
that she's
Yeah.
gonna
So
perform.
she's
with
doing
them.
a performance.
Yeah.
Should she continue as a member of the group?
Yes, you guys vote, and we'll read those results as well next week.
I can't wait to watch those YouTube videos.
I know,
Me
right?
either. I got my say about what I think, but I'll wait till next week. All right, so this week's trending topics, Jesse's got a bunch of them for us. Jesse, let us know what's
Well,
going on.
for one,
So Kanye West is always in the news, but Sharon Osbourne is over him. She is the daytime talk
girl.
show host from The Talk, and Sharon has actually, she's been going around talking about Justin Bieber. She has like a list of people that she hates, and she just
Yes.
recently added Kanye West to that list, basically saying, I have no time for him. He bores me. I said it on the show. He's an average-looking man with an average talent.
Wow.
But he's a great salesman. He should sell cars because they would fucking fly out the door. He's his #1 fan.
I love
Wow.
your voice.
Yeah, that was a really nice
little-
British interpretation, I must say, Jesse.
Invitation there.
So she's not impressed by him. I mean, to say average talent, I think that's kind of rude. Here's why. Because it's like, first of all, your husband is Ozzy Osbourne.
Right.
There are many people who don't understand Ozzy Osbourne's
Right.
talent,
Yes.
but he's an amazing artist.
Right.
Yes.
So don't take that away, especially because you're married to an artist. That
Don't be a hater, Shay.
Yeah, that's being a hater. Average-looking man, like, are you mad at him because of the way he looks? Like, he can't
Well,
help that.
I mean, but that's not like. I don't think that's that bad. I mean, he's an
But why are
average
you
looking
sa-
dude. He's
but
not
why are you
like
saying that?
supermodel fine.
No,
like,
I
you're
know,
like,
but, like,
oh.
I
Yeah,
just
but it's
wish-
not like she's married to a supermodel
Well,
as
I
well.
don't think that was
And
her
it's not-
point. I think her point was just that like nobody's like dying over how fine you are. Your music in her world. I don't agree with the music comment about calling him an average talent, but the looks thing is just like you're a regular looking dude. Like you don't have all that going for you too. So why are you being so stank? In the end,
But
she
I
was
wish that's what she
mad.
said. Instead, she bashed on the way he looks, his talent, and then says that he could sell cars. Like, would I buy a car from Kanye West? Yeah,
But
probably.
that's a good point when you
If
think
he
about
rapped
it.
when he did it.
The
Yeah.
salesman idea that because he knows how to make word start about what he's doing, whatever
sure.
it is he's doing.
Yeah.
So in that respect, that's not actually that much of a dig. I mean, he's a great salesman for what he's doing.
Oh, well, he's the king of stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, the comparison, selling cars is like not the easiest thing in the world to do, and he would probably get him off the lot like
Right.
that.
He
So,
probably would. Well, Kanye, if rapping doesn't work out for you,
He'd be standing outside the
we
car
know
like,
what you can do
check it
next.
out.
Can't sell him to Sharon apparently because she don't like you.
Well, and so Sharon has a new book that's about to be coming out, which is probably why she's talking about all these people.
course.
She needs
And it's
some
called
press.
People in Hollywood Suck. Let's talk about it.
I will read that.
I'm
would
assuming
read it.
that she has other people that she's listing in
sure.
there.
Oh, and I know
Fun of
Justin Bieber's top of the list. for her.
He got good
She
reason to be
hates
on that
us,
list.
right. All right, but Kanye West is also in the news for something actually positive. Kanye West, he has plans to give back to some troubled teens in Chicago. He's launching a program called Gut Bars. It's a music program, writing program, and a production program. Basically, it's outside of his nonprofit organization, Donda's House, which is named after his mother who passed away. It'll kick off a 10-week course open to ages of 15 to 24. The Gut Bars program aims to educate participants on how to write, record their own music, and it also helps them, this is weird, it helps them write their own music, but then it also helps them develop skills to teach kids about eating well, working out, and other life skills.
Okay.
So, I mean, that's good because it's a well-rounded program.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting about the eating part and the music part. I don't know where
Yeah,
that
that
Maybe it's
tie
like
in.
an after-school program, and
yeah.
they like get to work on projects. But while they're there, they're forced to like do workouts and make sure they're doing their homework and make sure that they're like the after-school snack.
we're
is
gonna
always
work out to
healthy.
Kanye's workout plan.
Yeah.
I like that positive spin, Courtney.
There you
That's
go.
very nice.
That's what
very
you're
nice.
doing.
I mean,
Not
it
just
sounds
throwing
like
it all in like
No,
a salad.
but that makes sense. I mean,
Yeah.
that sounds
Because
like
when your
that's what
kids
it
go to
is.
after-school programs, like usually they just have to go sit down, do their homework, and then go to recess.
Right.
Like he's trying to make it a full
A
bread
experience.
experience.
Well, so eventually Gut Bars is going to release an EP with all of the kids from the course music on it. So that should be
Way to
pretty
make a little
interesting.
money there,
If you
Kanye.
wanted to sign up for it, today was the last day. Well, actually, today is the last day, so I guess you can check that out and apply.
Cool.
Today's it, though, so hurry up. As far as other people talking about other people, Katy Perry and Rihanna, we all know they have had a pretty cool friendship, actually, and very out in the public about it. Well, Katy Perry spoke out about Rihanna and her toxic entourage. She spoke with Elle Magazine, says, "I love my Baja princess. However, she has a detrimental entourage. I love her, and every time I see her, I'm reminded of the light that she has. But there's a lot of dark in this business. I know a lot of people out there with the most detrimental entourages, and they are the root of their demise." She also said, "It's really unfortunate, but you can't save these people. My days of celebrity saving are over."
Can you save a hoe?
Now, I mean, we all know because, I mean, we had Russell Brand that she had, so they say,
Yeah.
was it alcohol, right, with Russell?
He's
Yeah.
had a
I
few
think he's had a couple things going on.
Like-
But then her
Alcohol was the
first
key.
boyfriend was from,
Oh, the gym class heroes
Gym
guy,
class hero
right,
guy.
who
yes.
also had some.
who
He had a
had some
drug problem, alcohol problem,
serious
yeah.
problems. So I think it's just kind of, you know, once you're out of that place, because Katy Perry, every time I see Katy Perry, she's on the carpet, she's just like, "Hey guys," like her eyes are like, she looks
Life
like a
is
smurf.
good.
And she comes
And
from
she
such a
plays a
religious background too.
Yeah.
So
And I think it's like, you know, to hang out with Rihanna and to kind of be around that dark cloud, it kind of brings you back to that first relationship, the second relationship, and
I'm wondering if because she came from such a religious background, if that made it more exciting for her to be around. Maybe felt like she could really heal and help these people, but it was also
Probably.
kind of exciting for her too.
Possibly, yeah.
It's like the opposite of who she is.
well, I think it's actually them who are attracted to her.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they feel like they can learn a little something, and within that moment of hanging out with her, you know, they can be happy. And
Yeah.
So I guess we won't see them at the MTV VMA sitting next to each other.
Well, I think it's good that she at least is like, I can't do that no more.
Right.
Like, because she could totally be sucked into all of that
That's true.
too. And she's like, no.
Oh, God, we do not need Katy Perry and Amanda Bynes
Might
in the
need
same.
to think
No.
about that, Rihanna.
And people have been saying that about Rihanna for a while
Well,
now.
yeah, but I just think Rihanna would pull. I don't know if you heard about Miley Cyrus and Demi Lovato, but Demi spoke out about Miley Cyrus's behavior. And Miley was like, "Girl, leave me alone. I'm doing me." I feel like that's
Yeah.
kind of where Rihanna
Right.
would take it.
Yeah.
But as far as, I mean, all my damn topics are about people reaching out. And the next one goes to Nick Cannon. Remember Nick Cannon and Amanda Bynes used to be on All That together. That.
Yeah.
Go ahead, sing it, Jesse. Sing it.
Speaking of TLC, actually.
That's right, because they did the theme music
theme
for
song,
it. They
yeah.
did. I can hear Chili's voice right
I
now,
know.
actually.
And it
Well-
would be whining, and I will not.
Damn
do
it,
that.
Jesse, it's going to be in my head now the whole day.
My favorite was Amanda's because she would do that little thing where she'd be like, "That's me." I don't know if you remember Ask Ashley. Anyways, so Nick Cannon reached out to his fellow All-Starian and wrote an open letter, which I kind of have an issue with this open letter thing. Because I feel like, is Amanda Bynes really going to listen to an open letter that you put on the internet?
He probably should have just tweeted it to her.
No, I feel like he should have sent it to her PR people or someone close to her camp. Well, even though I
That's
don't know
probably
if she
part
even
of the
has a camp.
problem. You can't really get to her other than
Maybe.
to just put it in the press and hope that somehow she sees it or reads
Right.
it.
Or send it to the damn rehab.
Or do you
she's
think
at.
it's just a publicity stunt for him to
make him look
good?
I think no. I mean, knowing of Nick Carter and the people that he
Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon.
I was like, wait,
Nick
we
Carter.
went Backstreet Boys
Wait.
on it. I was like,
Sorry.
wait, this is a different
No,
show. This is no longer
Backstreet
Black
Boys
Hollywood
just
Live.
performed at the Grove the other day, so it's stuck in my head.
It's
Sorry.
Your
like we
brain.
changed the show format.
Nick Cannon, from the people that I know who have worked very close with him, Christina DeBarge being one of them, he takes really good care of his friends and people that he thinks are close to him. But so he came out and wrote this in his open letter. When you feel your family has turned their back on you, you find yourself alone in that dark hole. Then you have to rely on your own devices. Once again, in this vulnerable state, you become paranoid, frantic, manic, irrational because you can't bounce your thoughts or ideas off of anyone anymore. Your reality no longer allows you to reason with the world. He ended it saying, "So I say to my sister Amanda Bynes, you are not alone. I am here for you. I understand, I care, I appreciate you because that's what family does and that's what family is for."
All right.
Oh,
Nice words from Nick Cannon.
That was
was.
sweet. Hopefully
So,
she heard it.
Yeah, hopefully she cares enough to reach
I haven't
out.
seen anything in the press about her responding to that.
She had. Well, I don't know if
she's
she can really
still
respond.
in lockdown
to,
right now, so
Oh, that's true.
having her 50-50, whatever they call it, evaluation.
That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, so
So that's that for trending topics. But once you guys are done watching Black Hollywood Live, make sure you guys check out AfterBuzzTV.com. It's our sister site, and whatever your favorite TV show is, we're probably talking about it over there. So after you're done watching your favorite show, check out AfterBuzzTV.com.
do
Thank
that.
you, Jesse. Now on to
Yay.
gossip and rumors. Courtney, what you got for us this week?
Lots of gossip, lots of rumors, and lots of crazy things happening. So first up, we have Miss Nene Leakes. For those of you who don't know,
I'm rich, bitch.
she is rich, bitches. And she remarried her love of her life, Mr. Greg Leakes, on June 22nd in a beautiful, extravagant wedding that will be aired on Bravo this fall. And apparently, according to some people, she ain't paying her bills. So right now, has been a lawsuit filed for $2.5 million by wedding planner Tiffany Cook, who is basically claiming that Nene planned this wonderful, extravagant wedding. So they planned it together, and Tiffany was promised 15% of the entire wedding, which would have been a $270,000 wedding fee. She was also promised $889,900 worth of design fees, in addition to $1,750 for flight and travel fees. And none of that, some of that has been paid. The initial down payment of $18,700 was supposedly made by Nene, but none of the rest of it has been paid. So that's why she's had to take Nene to court and is suing her. However, Nene responded to this craziness with Twitter, and she went on Twitter and she said, "I don't know who this chick is. She ain't been nowhere near my wedding. My wedding planner was Tony Conway, and I paid for my wedding in cash. I don't owe nobody no money."
Ooh, I didn't hear that part of the tea.
Okay, so wait. So here's my question, because this seems like it's an easy solution. The wedding planner, the one who's making these allegations towards Nene, does she have a document
Where's
or
the
a
contract?
contract? I mean, it's really easy. If the word "promise" to me sounds real shifty.
Yes.
I promised you something. Like, where's that coming from? So,
Well, I mean, being that she filed a lawsuit, she possibly has some documentation of some sort, and verbal agreements are still
yeah, but
some
You would
legal
need
ground.
if you are
of-
promised that amount of money, who are you making a verbal agreement with?
Right.
You know what I'm
She
saying?
promised me $1.5
$1.5 million,
million.
and I believe her because she
don't-
promised me that. Okay.
I don't know what
Next.
to tell you. All I'm saying is, here's what I think happened. This is my opinion. I think Nene started out with this woman, sort of chatted like, okay, well, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? This, and if it's true that the lady is saying she paid a down payment of $18,700, maybe she paid the down payment. Things started to like not be what she wanted to do, and she pulled out. But she left the down payment. It was like, fine, you take the down payment, but I'm not using you anymore, and I'm going to another planner. And she went and used this Tony guy and went about her business and never actually signed on full contractually.
But that's
obligating this
weird
woman
that
to do
Nene says, I don't know who this chick is.
Yeah, that's a little weird.
Well,
But on top
But
of
I
it,
can see Nene
don't you-
just
I think
being
she's
like
just being
dismissive,
yeah.
like
Don't you
know.
also think it's kind of weird? I mean, Bravo usually pays for these things.
well, on a certain level, I would think they pay for it. But if she was getting married for real, I'm guessing that some of it was her own money.
Well, from what I heard from an inside source who went to this wedding, this wasn't the real wedding. This was just supposed to
For
be
TV.
for TV, and her and Greg got married or are getting married separately, secretly, for whatever purposes.
Well,
So I
maybe
wonder
what the
if
secret is that's what it is. She did
Yeah.
the secret wedding, and now Nene's trying to act like, what you talking about? I did this wedding on TV. I paid everybody, blah, blah,
Right,
blah,
that
blah,
could
and
be
that's
it.
what it is.
That could be it. That's good, Jesse.
Oh, no, but it's scandalous, whatever it is.
so,
So,
rumor has it.
rumor has it. We'll see how that goes. Good luck, Nene, and good luck, Tiffany, because you obviously need some
I hope
money.
you got more than a promise, Tiffany.
I know, girl. A piece of paper or something.
Something.
A
That's all
napkin.
we have.
A handwritten note,
You know,
something
at
on a
least
napkin.
an email that said, okay, I'm down with you. 'Cause
Right.
that counts too.
Right.
But anyway, moving on. Speaking about being down, we got Solange Knowles in the news this week, you guys. And rumor has it on allhiphop.com that Solange went out for an acting role earlier this month, and supposedly she's got it. And she will reportedly be playing in an Aaliyah biopic, and she's going to be playing Aaliyah.
Now, was that a laugh or was that a cough?
That was a, I mean, I can see it going on. I mean,
She's
this
a
could be
dancer.
great Lifetime movie. She was a dancer for a very long time. I think that there's talent in that family, and maybe the acting talent fell on Solange because it obviously must be.
Even vocally, she has that like airy
Yeah,
kind of.
I think she could
The
do
straight
it.
just-
hair, the
mean-
eyes are very Beyonce, but the lip, I mean, they got the lips, the
I really
chins
like
there.
Solange. I really do. But it's just, I don't know. I don't know if she. I'd have to see it because I have to. Just looking even at the picture, she doesn't capture completely the essence of who Aaliyah is to me.
Nobody
the
will.
Yeah, but wait,
sultriness,
but she's
the-
not
the-
giving you Aaliyah in the picture you're
But-
looking at.
That's
She's
just a
she's
picture
giving
they
you her.
found.
Oh, that's just a regular
Yeah,
picture.
Now,
okay.
when you
Because I saw
see-
the hair and I was
No,
like,
but
you
like
know.
picture her when she got her little jeans on, her little tank. You know what I
I
mean?
think she's a little
Tube top.
tall and like too much for Leah because Leah was like petite and cute and whatever. But
Well, Solange
I
is
think
skinny.
they could do it. It's not about being skinny. It's about Solange is also like long-limbed, like lanky, like not in a bad way.
Yeah.
Just that, but Aaliyah was like a cute, short, mini, like little
letting go.
dancer. She was a very petite girl. Oh my god, I can't. Either way, I think it would be interesting nonetheless, and
Yeah.
I would totally watch it. So I don't know.
I mean, I'm gonna watch it, but okay. So
I love
when
these
I saw,
biopics. Is this made for a movie,
We
or will this
don't
be like
know.
a video?
They're not
looked
saying a
to-
lot
They're
yet.
not saying a lot. They claim the people behind Think Like a Man are
Yeah,
behind
that's what I
this.
hear,
But
yeah.
I couldn't find that anywhere legitimately.
You should have asked.
So,
what's this called?
Well, let me ask you guys
that's what I'm
this.
saying.
So
I don't know
I
if it's the
when I saw
producers, if it's director, like I haven't been able to beef that up even anymore.
when I saw this story and I knew that you were going to be talking about it, Courtney, I was like, who? You know, I'm
would
talking trash about, not talking trash about
Yeah, you are.
Solange,
That's
but I
fine.
just don't necessarily
You're hating
picture
on
her
her.
as the first pick.
Like, no, she's
so
not
I tried to
sexy.
think, like, who would I think would be good? So let me read some names, and you guys let me know what you
Yeah.
think.
Fraggle, she can't be Aaliyah.
Yes.
Okay, all right. First name of who I thought, and you guys tell me no or yes. Zoe Kravitz.
I could see that.
I feel like she could
actually.
capture the essence.
I
She's like kind of got that sultry mystery thing.
I could see
I feel
that.
like Solange is not mysterious. Aaliyah was always a little mysterious, and Zoe.
What was we knew all Aaliyah's business.
No, but it still was something hidden.
but
the
there was
hair,
something
you know,
there
there's
was
something.
called
We,
that lazy eye. Like,
okay. No, but I'm saying I hear
she
you.
had the pirate there.
I hear you with the lazy eye, but
I'm
there
not
was
mad, girl,
still
'cause I wore the
something.
swoop
I mean,
all-
Solange can be like.
You stupid. You stupid. All right, Jesse is out of control today for everyone who's listening. I am not talking about the lazy eye. I do think that Zoe Kravitz
She
could capture
have
that a
energy.
little bit.
I don't know how like smooth like physically she is because
Yeah.
Aaliyah had a real like slick
No, I feel you.
kind of move.
I feel
so
you.
I don't know. I haven't
All right.
seen enough of her, but I could.
What about our girl, Journey Smollett
No.
Bell?
No.
Never. No.
Why you say no?
You are obsessed with Journey.
She will be coming on the show in a couple weeks, and I'm very excited
get
about
that,
that.
and you
but,
can
but
express
I feel like her essence, she could capture it.
No,
She's sexy.
no,
You guys not feeling me?
no,
Okay,
no.
all right.
I can't wait to have her in
I
here now.
love her. I think she's adorable and beautiful, but I feel like she's like San Francisco granola girl, and Aaliyah was like not that at all.
Okay,
Like, I don't
all right,
feel
I'll move
that.
on to
What
the
does
next one.
that mean, San Francisco?
I know what you
tell,
mean by
but
San
I
Francisco.
just like
granola
she's
girl.
real earth, like grounded.
She's
Like
real
she could
earthy,
totally be a
natural
hippie,
hair.
like,
Yeah. No, I feel you. Megan Good? Or was that out the demo?
No.
I'm gonna throw
Listen,
something at you.
Megan
What
Good
is
has
so
got to-
secretive about Megan
No,
Good?
okay, but you're stuck
It's
on the
all
secret word.
honor.
I'm talking about the sultriness now. I'm moving to sultry with Megan Good.
Well,
Sultry.
I never understood the whole like.
Sultry.
There's a very specific like black man attachment to the sultriness that is Megan Good. I still see the like girl on Eve's Bayou, so I never understood it. But I mean,
Well,
no, I don't
well,
get
you
it.
can go on Netflix and watch Video Girl that she's
She
in.
got too
She
much
does not
chi-chi.
give Aaliyah.
All right, okay.
got too
What
much
about,
boobage.
okay, you guys are probably going to say no to this. Am I saying her name right? Naya Rivera from Glee?
No,
Dang, Courtney didn't even let me get it out.
Wait, hell no.
no,
No, I saw a picture of her and I was like, man, she kind of
No.
gave
That
me a
is
little.
a
No.
picture, and that was probably a
No.
crazy.
And I've
angle
seen her
and crazy
dance on
way.
Glee, you know.
She can't dance like Aaliyah. She's a good dancer.
All right,
No,
fine.
no,
All right, well,
no.
you guys are going to say
Nope,
no to
so
this
no.
last pick then. The last pick is Callie Hook. She was in Couples Retreat, Get 'Em to the Greek, but she's probably too tall. She kind of has, she's too tall.
Solange,
She's
you
Solange, you win.
You win.
Solange.
You're about
No,
to-
Zoe, you
Well,
gave Zoe
Zoe's got some
Kravitz a run
competition.
for the
I would
money.
like to
I
see
don't know
both
how
of
Zoe
them.
Kravitz can dance.
That's my thing. I don't know.
She
what
can be
her-
taught to dance. Let's
No,
just,
no. Wait a
No,
minute.
you cannot be taught
This is
that energy to
Aaliyah.
dance.
okay.
Aaliyah was known for her moves.
She
her
had swag
smooth,
that
yeah.
She had mad
nobody,
swag.
like,
No, you're right.
And,
No,
And
you're right.
at the same time, Solange has swag, her own swag.
That's why I think she could pull it off.
Yeah.
I just don't think that she looks like, she doesn't look enough like
But
her.
Lil,
just
voice.
because you
Lil
compete-
Mama does not look like Left Eye.
Yeah, but to me, Lil Mama captures, there's something about Lil Mama's face that
You're
captures the
saying
essence.
that now afterwards, but let's rewind to
No,
what we
no,
was talking
no.
about when the thing was coming out, Daryl.
No, when it was coming out, I said I said that I thought that she would be good. I said Lil Mama would be good. I actually said that.
Well, here's the deal.
We're about
I
to
love
fight
how
up
we're
in this
so
studio.
serious
I'm
about
so
So serious about our biopics.
We all love Aaliyah in a very, very special way.
All I know is I hope Timbaland is a part of this,
Of course, he has to
because
be.
he will start
Timbaland
throwing
and
bricks.
Missy have to be a part of it, I think.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be.
I wouldn't mind if they got a new person.
I was gonna
Somebody
say
that
a new
they don't know.
Well, there is a new person. This young woman out of Canada. Her name is Keisha Shante. She's mostly starred in indie films, but they said that they were considering her. She's from Toronto, I believe, or I know she's Canadian, but she's an R&B singer and actress. But from what I understand, they were going more with the name, so they decided to go with Solange.
if Solange does this, and I pray to God that it works out well, that'll be a really good look for Solange. Because I feel
agree.
like Solange. I would love to be in Solange's place because who wouldn't want to be Beyonce's sister? But at the same time,
Right.
she's also Beyonce's sister.
Right.
So
Yeah.
you know what I mean? To give her own little.
But creatively, she's, I think,
Oh.
miles
Yes.
beyond. And I love me some B, but I think she has a creative energy that doesn't necessarily exist with Beyonce.
Yeah, but why do you say that?
It just the way she puts herself out there, the way she's sort of chosen to find her place in the last few years
Fashion-wise.
with fashion, even with her music. So
You don't think Beyonce's?
I don't think people
Got
go
that?
to Beyonce for fashion. One.
No, not
At
for
all.
fashion. And number two, I think Beyonce is too much of a product. She's not creatively really allowed to do as much as like her sister could. So
I mean,
that's
yeah,
just an opinion.
I hear you.
I'm not mad. I mean, I love what Beyonce do. I take it in and I'm gonna live it and I'm gonna go breathe it and do everything else. But I think Solange will be great. Go
All right, well,
on,
we'll
get
see.
it, girl.
We'll see. I'll shut up if I'll eat my words if she's.
There
really
will be
good.
haters, but that's okay. That's
And I'm not
life.
hating.
Watch this be
I'm
just
just
one
saying.
big rumor and she ain't even gonna.
It's like not even true because I mean it's nowhere. There was like no pre-production information on
Yeah.
IMDb. Like I don't know. So anyway, moving on. So speaking of things that we hate, Oprah.
Oprah look kind of good right there.
Oh, I don't like
That's
that
an
hair
old
color.
picture. That's an old picture.
kinda good.
When
Go-
she went a little bronze.
Go to
for the Oprah shop.
blackhollywoodlive.com and check out this picture. Tell us if you like this picture, Oprah.
That was
I
probably
think she
like
looks
circa
good.
2003, 2004. Anyway, Oprah came out about some things that she hates. One thing that she hates is the N-word. She told Parade magazine very specifically, "You cannot be my friend and use that word around me. It shows my age, but I feel strongly about it. I always think of millions of people who heard that as their last word as they were hanging from a tree."
I mean, I would assume anyone who was in Oprah's presence would never dare use that word.
You don't think Gail calls Oprah my nigga?
No.
She's like, what up, nigga? Nah.
Yeah, right. Stedman probably did, and that's why they ain't married. She's like, well, you know what? I love you, but you messed up that time.
I'm sorry, the quote was just heavy.
I mean, it's heavy.
It's like,
Well, and it's also very much relevant to right now because she's got The Butler coming out in a week.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of things in that movie that she's, you know.
Well, she said it in
having deal with,
reference
too.
to,
She was being interviewed.
Oh, that's
What's
right.
her
She's-
name?
About the film.
About
but
the
it was
film.
about, what's her name? Ray Dong Wong.
Ray Dong.
Chong.
Ray Don Chong.
Chong.
Calling her a house
Yeah.
Right.
thing.
Nonetheless.
So, I mean,
I just
that
think
was
it's-
classy, Oprah.
It was a morsel to think about for all of us that use the word. Whether we use it
Thought
occasionally
of
on
the day.
accident or use it in our rap songs, just something to think about. It's
If
the
you wanna be
last
friends
word
with
millions of
Oprah.
people heard, and maybe even one of your former aunties, cousins heard as they were hanging.
In
from a
reality, I mean, that's the closest thing to God telling you don't use the word.
tree. That
Pretty
was
much.
pretty,
That's pretty profound what she just said.
very profound, Oprah.
Yes.
But on an upswing, that was heavy and intense.
Heavy and intense.
Wait, and she's going to be on Watch What Happens
She's
Live,
going to be on
right?
Andy Cohen's show.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'm so
That's
excited.
huge.
That is
That's huge.
humongous, and I can't
huge.
wait to hear how
I
that
think it's
goes.
August 13th.
13th or the 15th.
That's huge.
13th.
One of the- yeah,
One of
so-
those. But look out for that. Okay, so on the upswing, as we were speaking, the Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Scientists the Academy of Motion Picture Arts
Remix.
and Sciences has appointed, I cannot
Appointed?
talk,
Vegan today?
has appointed a new
See, now
president.
I have porn in my head now because of you.
I'm sorry. We're
Appointed.
going to start over. All right. The Academy of Motion Pictures Arts and Sciences has appointed a new president. And for those of you who have no idea what that actually is, it's basically the peeps that handle the Oscars. And they have appointed the lovely and fabulous veteran of film marketing all over the world, everywhere. She's fantastic. And her name is Isaacs. Miss Isaacs. Cheryl Boone Isaacs. Sorry, guys. I don't know what is going on in my brain right now.
It's crazy Friday. It's Friday.
I
What's
can't-
in your BHL
I'm
cup?
drinking water and I had green juice. I have no idea what's going on. Cheryl Boone Isaacs, I'm so sorry. Either way, she's the first female president since 1983.
Wow.
She is only the second female president at all. She is the first African American to serve as president in the group's 86-year history. And she had previously held Academy offices, including was recently the vice president of the Academy. And she had her first job this week, which was to pick a host for the Oscars. And for those of you who don't know, Ms. DeGeneres
I did read that.
will be
really?
working it out again on the Oscars. She hasn't done it since, I believe, 2007.
Yes, yeah.
And just to give you a little information on the Academy, in 2012, the people who vote for the Oscars, the Academy is composed of 6,000 members, and 94% of the members were Caucasian in 2012, and 77% were male.
This is going to be interesting how this changes the game.
Yeah.
Yes, and they are doing a very specific push in the last year to sort of diversify the Academy quite a bit. But I was shocked, actually. I don't know what I thought it was, but 94% white and 77% men.
Well, good. Maybe we can spice the Oscars
That's
up
like
because sometimes I'd be watching the
crazy.
Oscars like,
But
I
even
mean,
down to like
a lot of
who's
times it's
voted
snore.
and what's
Yeah.
voted for and all of that,
Yeah.
like that's the main point. So
I'd be like,
I
really?
And
Yeah,
listen,
Cheryl,
the
you
world
got-
we're in nowadays, I mean, we got to change. You know, that has to change.
Something.
It can't be the old way that it used to be.
But
you
I
know?
mean, she's been there as vice president for some time, and the only reason she actually the office of president was open because the previous president had run out of terms options. Like he had to step down. There was no more. He could no longer run. But
Bye.
that's we'll see what happens.
I mean,
it's
female and black, that's
female and black as
huge.
president. You get the last
Yeah.
word, I guess. So maybe she has a lot more power. I'm trying not to be dismal about it, like,
Yeah.
because she's kind of been in the academy working, and it's still this
Right.
bad. I think that's the statistic is sort of what threw me off. I'm like, I know you're not the president, but dang,
Right.
aren't y'all a few of them working, doing
Right.
stuff to like help move it?
And the question is she just the face
Figurehead.
and then
Right.
there's no power with that,
Yeah.
or if she can make some change?
How much
Yeah.
change she can make? Well, either way, good luck. We're excited,
We're excited,
and can't
hey.
wait to see what happens.
Yes.
We'll see that in like I think early March this year.
All right.
for the
Well, great.
Oscars. Or next year, 2014.
Well, thank you, Courtney.
You're welcome.
One
Sorry,
thing
I
we
can't talk.
it's okay. One thing that we also are excited about is ratings and comments. So if you guys can go to iTunes, give us a rating for any of our Black Hollywood Live shows. We have Portraits, we got Next, we have Stand Up Sit Down, we have Fashion 411. Portraits. Did I say portraits already? I don't know. But give us a rating. We definitely pay attention to all the comments you guys say. We want to improve on the shows as we're growing, and we want you to keep enjoying the shows as we're giving them to you. So go to iTunes, look for Black Hollywood Live, go to any of our shows, and give us ratings for each one. That'd be great. All right. On to hot topics. All right. Well, you guys know, you two know, I'm from Ohio. And Ohio is once again, they're kind of disappointing me with a couple of things here. So we know that George Zimmerman has been in the news a lot because of his verdict from the court. And yeah, there's a group called the Buckeye Firearms Foundation.
The Buckeye Firearms.
Buckeye Firearms Foundation.
We love us some George Zimmerman.
That's right. Well, they have raised $12,000 to buy George Zimmerman a gun.
Lord have mercy.
How much money?
Yeah, $12,000.
Okay, you do not need that much money for a
Yeah,
gun.
is that how much?
$12,000. We have a little clip that we're going to play here. The gun instructor and legal chairman, his name is Ken Hansen.
That's like an AK
he was
voice.
on Piers Morgan's show on Monday, and Piers Morgan.
We all have speech problems.
Yeah, we have
today.
speech problems
Excuse
today.
us, please.
Piers Morgan live on Monday, and he explained why they were raising the money for George Zimmerman. Let's play a
Here we
clip
go.
from it.
God.
Point out is the purpose of the fundraiser was not just to buy a gun. Well, I mean, the first thing to point out is the purpose of the fundraiser was not just to buy a gun. It was to buy gun, gear, ammunition, training, security systems, personal protection, whatever he felt was appropriate to defend himself, defend his family, defend his parents. And that was what the money was raised for.
Have you offered to do the same for the family of Trayvon Martin, given it was obviously their unarmed teenage son who was shot dead by George Zimmerman? Have you thought about their security going forward?
I'm not aware of any threats against Mr. Martin's family for the fact that Mr. Zimmerman was acquitted. If there are people threatening his family, certainly with African Americans up in Cleveland, lawmakers up in Cleveland that have been going through threats after they were involved in court cases, we've stepped up to the plate and provided those people with resources also.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Can I just say one thing, though?
Thank you, Mr. Ken Hansen.
He said he wants to not only give a gun, but security, protection, to help George Zimmerman defend himself.
Yes.
Well, didn't he do a damn good job of that?
Yeah.
Seeing he won the damn case and
Exactly.
defended himself in killing a young child?
Well, what I love about
Seems like
that
he
Piers
already got
is
enough
actually
defense.
called him out. I love that he called him out about the Trayvon Martin side of things, because he's talking about how much George Zimmerman needs protection, but he's like, what, did you offer the same thing to the
I'll say
Martin
that guy
family?
was speechless, but he was pretty quick with his full little answer.
He probably knew that was going to
bitch.
be something that was brought
Brought
up.
it back.
He brought it back. But yeah, so apparently some people in Ohio believe that George Zimmerman needs to have extra money for extra protection, including guns, firearms.
Home security?
Home security.
I'm down for the home security system.
Yeah, that was
Because he
gonna
probably
be-
does have a lot of.
He has a lot of
threats.
threats against his life, and it's as crazy as that was. I can respect the fact that they are trying to be helpful to him in terms of home security and things like that. I would say,
A bulletproof
can we
vest?
help you maybe get a bodyguard for a certain amount of time while you're out and about doing things or whatever? Like, why do we need to buy you guns? Like, I really think you don't need guns. I think you need gun therapy. Like, you need to go talk to
I
somebody.
think
Because
we
wait,
already
wasn't
know what
the
he
gun
does
the
with
pro-
guns.
the gun was
so-
the problem?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
Like, give him a bulletproof vest. Give him an electric taser. Like, give him a gun.
I don't want to call the gun the problem though, because I don't.
The gun wasn't the problem.
His mindset.
His
was the
psyche.
problem.
No.
Yes.
Agreed. But clearly, he already owns a gun and can handle a gun.
Yes, he
Yeah.
still
He don't
owns
need a gun.
Right.
Yeah, just. Can you raise like $12,000 and feed the kids of Ohio? Because I'm sure there's
Let's
some
start
hungry
there.
kids
Or why don't
in
you
Ohio.
give it to Detroit?
Yeah.
Yeah, hook them
Exactly.
up.
They're
Somebody
in
needs to
bankruptcy.
eat, like-
Help out Detroit.
Yeah, as much as I want to like have some sympathy for George Zimmerman, it's like really $12,000.
Well, that has not stopped George from traveling around the city because he was pulled over this week for speeding. He was in Texas. And apparently, when he got pulled over, there was a gun in his glove compartment. And when the when the police officer asked him where was he going, was he going somewhere in particular, Zimmerman answered, "Not really." He also asked the officer if he recognized him from TV, if that was the reason why he pulled him over.
Oh my.
So George is, he's rolling
George is
around.
kind of gangster. Like,
Wait a minute.
he's just like.
He said, not in particular.
Not in
What?
particular. Yes.
Well, I mean, maybe he's just like, you go driving.
Where I'm from, if I said that to a police officer, or when I did say that to a police, I was thrown against the damn side of the car.
That's
Well,
because
clearly-
you're a thug, Jesse.
I know.
And clearly
So
George Zimmerman
gangster.
has the, power right now with a lot of things. So,
Reconsider your guns, George. Reconsider your guns.
Yeah, you might.
Your
not wanna
mind
do
is
that.
not right.
Clearly,
to
he hasn't
handle a
learned
gun.
anything from this situation.
That's
Not
what's
at all.
disappointing.
Yeah, another thing that's some people are saying is disappointing, is CNN reporter Don Lemon. He's under fire for agreeing with Bill O'Reilly's comments last week about black people. Bill O'Reilly, who we know, conservative host, was interviewed, and he went on a rant about the problems in the black community, including the disassociation of the African American family because of drug situations and the entertainment industry for promoting gangsta culture. So Jesse, watch out, Mr. Gangsta over there.
I got this from I got this from watching Wiz Khalifa.
Oh, okay. Well,
That's why I
it
do
works.
this. That's
It
why I
works.
do this.
But Bill O'Reilly's not feeling you or Wiz Khalifa.
But you know what? I will say with Bill O'Reilly, I do agree with that statement about the music industry.
Well, then you would be agreeing with Don Lemon as well. Because,
Well, no, don't put it on that. I don't agree with the other half of it, but with the music industry, I do agree.
Well, Don said, after Bill made those comments, Don said he's got a point. In fact, he's got more than a point. In my estimation, he doesn't go far enough. And this is a quote from Don. He said, black people, this is a message to all black people. If you really want to fix the problem, here's 5 things that you should do to change. Number 1, hiking up your pants. No sagging, fellas. Number 2, finishing school. Number 3, not using the N-word at all. Number 4, taking care of your community. Number 5, not having children out of wedlock. Now, listen.
Can we just talk about the things that white people do on that as well?
I understand. I mean, okay, so this is the thing. I like Don. I think he's a really smart guy. I was sort of taken aback a little bit by him agreeing with Bill O'Reilly just because we just went through a week, 2 weeks ago, he did the N-word special. And for those of you who didn't watch the special, he did a special on CNN about the N-word and how Don feels that reporters should actually use the word, I'm going to say it, nigger. When they're talking, because he feels that when you're reporting, if you just say the N-word, it doesn't give the full effect to people and kind of passes it under the carpet per se. So he feels that when reporting, that you should just say the word. I get his point. I hate the word, so I don't. I'm with Oprah.
I was going to
Just
say
don't-
Oprah
I'm
and
with the
Don.
big O.
Like,
I'm
they
with the
can't be
big O.
friends. They can't be friends.
Yeah,
Don will not be
let's just
owned.
not use the word. Now, there are some people who are criticizing Don about this, some of his, fellow reporters. MSNBC's Goldie Taylor referred to Lemon as a turncoat mofo. She said, I heard Lemon's remarks. There is nothing I can say yet. I just wonder exactly which America does he live in. But if I had $1 for every turncoat mofo who made it up and out, then cut the rope and the ladder and leave him behind.
Ooh.
Now, for those of you who do not know what turncoat means, the definition of turncoat is a political opportunist who changes ideology with each opinion and policy and survey. And this person will betray his principles at a drop of a dime. That's what it says as a definition. So is that what
Goldie,
you think?
you are hecka harsh. That is not what he was
Yeah.
doing at all. Okay, I get the hype around the fact that it appears that he's agreeing with Bill O'Reilly.
Right.
I do not think that is what he was doing.
I don't think that's what
think
he
he was saying the man has a point about some stuff.
Yeah.
We need to talk about this further.
This portion is what, yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
The thing that I take issue with is the platform that he is on
Yeah.
in which he did it.
Yeah.
Because I was reading an article about the complaints around it and people fighting about it. And they mentioned how most of the people that your audience is not the people that you're speaking to. Also, all you're doing is being the black man sort of condoning or appearing to condone some very harsh, unfortunate, and uneducated and unkind statements that Bill O'Reilly
Very
made
true.
about
Yeah.
a lot of people. And whereas you also have a point, Don Lemon, of most of which I actually agree with, that probably was not where you should have said it.
Right.
Like, maybe you need to go to some neighborhoods and say these things multiple times, because in the end, I know how like black community can feel like, there you go, because he really just talking to white folks and basically telling them, I'm a black
We
person
right.
and y'all, I agree with y'all because these black folks ain't doing right. And you can't do that. Like,
Right.
that's not successfully going to do anything for anybody except make people come at you. But I think he had a point. I don't think he was trying to say Bill O'Reilly was right
No, I don't think that.
at all. And I think that Miss Goldie, that's harsh as hell.
Goldie was harsh. I mean,
Like, Goldie
come
was trying to
on.
catch on.
He did
a
not-
turncoat mofo.
Catch on the
and
train.
Changing his ideology, like, no, that is not, his ideology has been this. He's always speaking about since this whole Trayvon thing going around, what we need to do and things we should be thinking about to make this kind of stuff not happen.
Right.
So I don't think there's any confusion on that part on his behalf.
I mean, I agree with you, Courtney. I mean, his 5 bullet points that he has is things that we've all talked about. It goes back to what we've talked about on the show before, too, is that we have to make a choice.
Yeah.
The N-word,
it mean
nigga,
that much to
whatever,
us?
like, do we have to keep saying it? It seems that each week this word keeps coming up, and I can't believe in 2013 that we continuously still have to have
debate
this
it.
conversation.
Right.
Am I in the Twilight Zone? I don't know, but or the Negro Zone or something. But the fact that we have to still talk about this, I'm glad you caught that. Said underneath my breath. It's just disappointing. But I feel what Don is, with the message he's trying to
Yeah.
relay. I just think that, like you said, it might have not been the best platform for it.
Yes.
And maybe not so soon after what Bill just kind of
just
said.
said. But by the way, sagging, like, isn't that so out of style? Can we just not do that ever?
No, because now
Sagging's
it
always
used to be
been-
sagging used to be in style with like baggy pants. Now it's in
Skinny
style
pants,
with
I mean,
skinny
yeah,
jeans.
just-
butt.
Look at Lil Wayne. He's
Yeah.
be
But
wearing
that's
those.
my point.
No, I know.
not
It's
hot.
not. No, like it should be out of style.
Let's move on, guys.
We're gonna move
Or
on.
wear
Well,
longer T-shirts.
you guys used to watch
Yeah.
Home Improvement,
Come
right?
up
Did you,
your
did you ever
butt.
watch Home
Hell
Improvement?
yeah!
Yes, of course
Tim
we
Allen.
did.
Right after
JTT,
damn
baby.
Fresh Prince.
The Fresh
I would
Prince, that's
sit,
right.
Eat dinner and watch
He
the
went
two.
to my college.
Well, Mr. Tim Allen, actor, comedian, star of Home
Recently.
Improvement, he is under fire right now as well because of some comments that he made in a recent interview.
Oh, Lord.
He sat down with Tampa Bay Times where he was talking about the N-word and using the N-word as a comedian. And this is what Tim had to say about it.
Why?
He feels that he should be able to use the N-word
Of course you do.
as much as he likes.
Absolutely.
All right. He said, if I had no intent, if I clearly am not racist, then how can nigger be bad coming out of my mouth?
What is the joke that he's
He
using?
claims to use the word regularly in his stand-up and said the N-word is worse to me than nigger. Well, we just need to go home right now. I mean, I don't even know.
We need to do a public service announcement. White people, stop fighting for the right to say nigger.
It's just,
Like,
yeah.
the black folks still got to figure it out.
We
'cause we
trying to
got a
figure it
different
out.
world.
Yeah.
Y'all just stop.
Yeah.
Just give it up. Find a new one. Come up with, refer to it. Just stop. Why are white people still arguing for the right to say
Yeah.
the word nigger? There's nothing positive about nigger coming out of a white person's mouth ever. Stop it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of what kind
joke
of
are you
joke is
telling
he
us?
saying?
Hilarious.
That's what I'm saying. I want to know the joke.
Are you talking about your little white friends? Hey, niggas, what's up? That is not okay.
And
Okay, well-
the fact that it's not even like it's one joke that he said, it just the fact because what was it? Was the guy Kramer and he said that one
oh, yeah.
joke and he got killed for it? What? Like you use it regularly in your stand-up? Like what are you talking?
What are you
That's
talking
scary.
about? What
Does
niggas do
Tim
you
Allen
know?
even
Like,
have black friends?
and if you do,
They need to say
word.
something to you,
Like,
Tim.
Who are you?
I don't agree with him at all. I think I hate when people say they're not racist, and I feel
And
like
that's why it's okay
and
for
that's
you to
why it's
say
okay
it.
for you to
Okay,
say
if
it.
you're not
That's
racist,
not if
don't
you have
say
to
it.
say that. There's a problem
That
already
means-
that
and
you're setting up the story that
you've
way.
been informed. If
Right.
you are not racist or prejudiced in any way, you feel like you have friends of all colors,
Yeah.
you know people of all colors, then you know what these experiences are and what these things mean to people. Stop
Stop using
fighting
it.
to use
This
the
is
freaking word.
a dumb topic.
But then I'm gonna say one thing that, like I said, I don't agree with anything he says. But this was the
Devil's
only
advocate.
part that made me agree with what he's saying in this statement that I'm about to read. He feels that it's unfair and a double standard that white people can't use it, but black people use
Slavery
it.
was a freaking double standard.
But to his defense, Courtney, I feel that we shouldn't be using it at all. Just like you're saying, we
Agreed.
shouldn't be using it at all. So it is confusing. So this is the other quote he had. He said, if I do a movie with Martin Lawrence and pretty soon they're referring to me like, hey, what's up, my nigga? If I said nigga 7 feet away, it's not right. It's very confusing to our European mind. is
No,
what
it's
he said.
not. I grew up around. All of my friends are black at the end of the damn day, and they slang that word around all the damn time. However, I have my best friend, she does not like the word. She doesn't use it in her vocabulary, and that's what I took to. So even though most of my friends were using the word as the white boy hanging out there, I knew better to be like, I changed it. Honestly, I'd be like, I would change it to dude or bro. I just would do it. And it was a conscious thing, and it was hard at times because you're hearing it left and right. But come on, Tim Allen, you're holding the damn monkey wrench. And how old are you? You're like 60-something years old. Like, keep your Paula Deen ass down.
I mean, I hear you, Jesse, but once again, I still feel like if we don't use the word at all, then there's no confusion that needs to be had.
I agree with that.
So
agree with that.
it's great that
But
you
wait,
grew
he
up
said
in
for
an
a
environment where
European
you were
mind to
able
not
to
say-
actually to know the difference of what not to use. But there's a lot of kids who just listen to rap, who watch certain things,
And that's
and it's
why I
confusing.
feel
So I kind of
hip-hop
feel
music-
him on that. Like, don't use it.
Hip hop music is
Well,
Tim
not that
Allen's
he's using hip
Allen,
hop, but
you
he's
are
saying
not
but
confused.
he's saying some right stuff. If he did a movie with a Martin Lawrence, for example, like he said,
No,
and they start saying
Daryl.
"What's up, my nigga," they shouldn't even be calling him that. Like, don't
Absolutely.
even use it.
But
should
he
not.
shouldn't have the urge to be sitting there and be like, yo, what up?
But just because they are doing something that is wrong does not, or incorrect, or because we don't necessarily agree that it's
If they're
wrong per
fucking-
se, but that doesn't make it right for you to do it. Like, that's the same argument with anything else about, well, if they're doing it, I should be able to do it too. No, the hell you shouldn't.
If
That
there's-
doesn't
But
make
it shouldn't
any
even be any
sense.
confusion. Let's just not say the word, and then there's no confusion. There's no conversation. We don't need to talk about
I
our damn
get
hot topics
that,
every
but
week.
I get that, but obviously that's not the case. The case is that the word is still being used, and he's sitting here putting it in his jokes. I'm sorry, but if Tim Allen's friends were lynching a black man, is Tim Allen going to be like, well, hey, what am I supposed to do? Not lynch him?
But see, I still think that that's a different situation.
Why?
Because he's
You're a smart adult. It's not like if Tim Allen was 11, 12 years
14-year-old
old,
kid just
I
listening
could
to
sit here
music.
with you, Daryl, and be like, you know what? If he said it, like, don't beat him up over it. He probably doesn't know. This is Tim motherfucking Allen. Let's keep it real. He is old enough to know, and I'll even give Paula Deen the fact that maybe she used it without even thinking it. But Tim Allen, I would think, is a smarter man than that. And for him to say that, I believe he's racist, or I won't say racist, but prejudice, has a lot of prejudice in him.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying don't use the damn word
The
at all.
Martin Lawrence statement doesn't even make sense to me. It
Make
doesn't.
a movie, they can say whatever they
He
want.
just ruined his movies for me.
You do
and I
not
just
need
watched
to throw the
Galaxy
word
Quest.
nigga around.
I'm mad.
All right. Well, we'll move on because we're going to end up fighting each other in this studio
It just
today.
doesn't make sense.
doesn't
It
at
really
all.
doesn't make sense to passionately fight for a word. That
A word is crazy to me.
But a word that
I guess we're not done with the
your
topic, sorry.
Ancestors use to like destroy people. Why would you want to fight for that? Even if it means something different now to the black folks, even though I don't agree with that whole definition. Like even if that's what's going on now, we've decided that it means something different now. It means something different for black people because we was the ones that got called it and decided we needed to change it to feel better about it.
Right.
Why in the world do you think? I'm sorry.
And
we're just repeating
you know what?
ourselves.
I
know,
want
we're beating a
to do
dead
this.
horse.
I want to do
We're
this.
I wanna
If
smack
you
Tim
guys are
Allen right
watching
now.
this
I
right
kind of
now,
want to slap Tim Allen right
Like
now.
really,
I kind of
like, I
do.
can't believe that even came out of your mouth. That's why you were talking to the Tallahassee Times or whoever the hell that was.
Look, if you guys are watching this right now, we're live every Friday, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Please call us if you have ever seen Tim Allen do a stand-up show. I want to know
That
what
I
the
would.
joke is.
Yeah,
I would
really
like to
want to
know,
know
yeah.
what the jokes are that he does it so
Because
regularly.
we ain't going to find it on YouTube.
So please, if you have seen
Although,
Tim
maybe
Allen
we will.
live
Maybe.
and
We
heard,
might.
Try a little
well,
harder.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
going to do.
we
If you
might.
guys can find a clip, send it to, what is it, Phil? Is it info at Black Hollywood Live?
There you go.
Info at blackhollywoodlive.com. Tweet it at one of us at BHL Online. Please just hit us up. I want to know. Or call us 424-256-1729.
Yeah.
I want to know.
I would
I'm
love to
real
know the
curious.
I want to know too. All right. I'm going to move on to the last story of the evening. To me, this
So
is.
mad.
I actually think.
I
I thought.
could start talking about it again. It's just-
I was trying to. I don't know. The last story was ridiculous, but I think this one actually is the super ridiculous story of the week.
Sure
right here.
is. Right up with
All
Tim
right.
Allen, his monkey wrench.
So we went from crazy to another crazy story. All right, so we have a judge who's serving 28 years after making $2 million for sending black children to jail. Judge Mark Ciavarella, 63, and his colleague, Judge Michael Conahan, received $2.6 million from privately run youth centers owned by the PA Child Care to ensure that the prisons were occupied with black kids at all times. The more prisoners that they got in the jails, the more profits that these two made. Now, unfortunately for these two, they got under investigation, and so they are serving some jail time right now.
What's going on with the organizations?
There wasn't a lot on the organizations. I think that a lot of them are they have to pay back $1 million. I know that much. The judge has to pay back $1 million. The Ciavarella got us. Let's see what he got here. He has to pay back $1 million. He's sentenced for. He tried to plea bargain after being sentenced.
I bet you did.
All of his convictions, he had 4,000 convictions that they were tossed out. Some of the things that he had done to keep kids in jail, he sentenced a teen to 3 months in jail for creating a MySpace page that mocked her school's assistant principal. Another case was he sentenced another teen to 90 days in jail after a simple schoolyard fight.
What?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, sir,
He
your
appealed
time
in
in prison's gonna
Philadelphia,
suck.
but on July 25th, the court denied his appeal.
Thank goodness.
So I mean, this is a crazy story.
Directly to hell.
Yeah, I
Do
don't-
not pass go.
Do not pass go.
Not collect.
Do not collect your
Wow.
money. Yeah.
Well, I think that's also an interesting sort of commentary on the whole prison industrial complex in this country in general. There's a whole lot of brothers up in jail
I know it's scary. It's
that
scary.
I don't
This-
think that's as separate, I guess,
Yeah.
from the whole idea of what we do with our prison system in this country. So if they can go to jail and have to pay some money back, we might need to think about some other judicial officials around
Well,
the country.
the positive that I wanted to end on with this story is that these type of cats are being caught now. Like, so maybe that'll change the mind of someone else who's doing it in the future to know that they might be watched.
You know, it's
and can't
funny
do it.
because it's like all this stuff is coming out right now and everything's so race driven. And as negative as it is, it's kind of a positive because it's kind of taking the cloth over everything right now. And it's
Yes.
kind of really putting a big perspective, especially even just bringing gay marriage into it and all these different things having to be accepted now. I'm glad it's all happening at once because I feel like that's the punch that kind of gets everyone to wake up a little bit. Like, what the hell are we doing?
Right.
This is George Zimmerman. What the hell are we? Tim Allen. What the hell? Paula Dean.
What
What
are
the
you
hell?
doing?
I
are
feel like we need
doing?
like a spotlight moment, you know, like after
Yes.
a big commentary moment that we've had during the show, we have a debrief and just kind of unwind moment with the light.
We just
on
need
and
Oprah.
Give a
Where's
projection.
Oprah?
You know.
One thing I did want to add is that he got 28 years in prison.
How old is he?
He's 63, so he.
No, it needs to be 30. He needs to die in prison.
Well,
I'm so sorry. I don't know where all this anger
That's very
comes
angry. But
No, I mean,
But
no, but
disagree.
I mean, I don't want to
He don't need
push
to die in
death on
prison.
anybody.
He just needs to be in
but he
prison
definitely
forever.
needs to
Die
never.
eventually, so he
He
should
definitely
never
does not
have
need to
freedom
see
again.
light outside.
Yes, he should
anymore,
never have
you
his
know.
freedom again.
He should
He
never have his
took it
freedom
away
again. He
from
took away
people
so many
on-
kids' freedom. So
for no
reason.
legit
For
reason.
Whatever
money.
the ages of all the kids are, add the ages up, and that's how long he should get put. Or the time. You could take the time that he put on away for him.
You know, some of this stuff makes you wonder. This country
Yeah, I
is
wanna
a
stay
scary
my-
place.
I got a question for
Stay
you.
my ass
What's
at
that?
home.
Scary place.
All right.
we got Phil in the booth.
Well, you guys talked about that there's more stuff popping popping up in terms of people backlash and starting with Paula Dean and everything else, right?
It's popping.
It's popping.
Popping.
Right.
Now,
Pop, pop.
do you fear that it's all the actual racist white people that are like that if they point the finger to someone else, that's a way of saying, you know what, we're not racist because we're condemning them.
Yeah, I know. I think that's exactly what it is. But
Because again, you guys even mentioned it, I think, earlier in the show. You could say like, "Hey, I'm not a racist." That's one way to do it, but most
Yeah.
people aren't going to believe you. Or you could put it into action, which most people are now. Oh, look at Tim Allen. He's a effing racist.
right. I do. I think that's 100% right. But like I said, because it's all happening now, I feel like it just kind of makes you think more and kind of check everybody out and check people's actions versus their words.
Yeah.
And, you know, hopefully moving forward, we can make a change and a difference.
Yeah, ideally, if anything, it like raises the awareness of the other, the people that it's happening to, so to speak, enough that it also incites the people that actually know those people that are like, wait, I don't want that happening to you either. So, because obviously any change that actually is like for real change in this country in terms of civil rights and race relations and gay, lesbian relations, all of that has to come from both sides of the park. It can't just be the other, so to speak, that's trying to fight for their rights and their right to be recognized and fairly treated, and all that has to come from the other side too. So I think that I can only speak for the black people that I know for the most part, and my sort of generation of black people, and I think our guest last week on Portraits actually brought that up, that we don't stay passionate about anything for very long.
That's true.
So the consistency and the amount of things that are in the news and that are happening right now, hopefully that incites our passion, because we actually have to be the ones giving the pushback enough. Because as long as we're like, well, I mean, it's pretty good, we're doing all right, like it's better than it was.
Right.
Yes, it's better than it was.
Just settling.
But your friends that you know aren't racist, because you're all our friends, like, can be a part of that as we continue to grow, and hopefully like everybody can get somewhere based on this. But like there's no real change other than to happen unless we actually see laws change and black people coming out of jail, or at least getting equal treatment to go to jail and stuff like that. And that's actual legislative change and things like that. So yeah, I totally agree that it's probably just word piece of saying, look, we took Pauladine down, we didn't accept it. But ideally we'd like to believe that there's at least one person in that whole situation that's like, you know what, that's even deeper than it looks on the surface, and we're actually gonna dive in deeper. And everybody's homies come and we dive in.
Yeah, and I agree with what you're saying, Courtney. I do believe it's probably just some examples, like you're saying, like, yeah, look, we did this. Yeah. But you know what? If that helps us to get to a better place, then I'll even take that right now. No. Because if they have to use these people for examples, and it puts it out in the public eye and it makes people second guess doing stupid stuff and being as racist as they quote unquote really could be, then I'm all for it. And
you know what's so funny about that actually is it happened a couple of years ago with the whole Chick-fil-A thing, and Chick-fil-A getting called out, In-N-Out Burger, all those people for not supporting gay marriage, Walmart, and it's funny because I can't remember what company did it, but they put out there a list of companies that helped support George Zimmerman's what was it, fund that was going around. And I now that you said that, Phil, I wonder, you know, was that a thing to kind of be like, well, don't support these companies that support that, or is it more like, yeah, let's say that, but it's more a marketing scheme. Yeah, don't buy Brawny.
Yeah, but everything's a marketing scheme. Everything. Buy Bounty. At the end of the day, it's about money. So of course, you know what I mean. It's about money.
It's capitalism. We live in America.
We live in America. So yes, it's always a hidden motive behind everything. I hate to. I mean, that's what I believe.
One day it'll be like financially amazing for all of us to just be fantastic and actually be nice to each other.
Right. Kumbaya, baby. Like, kumbaya.
One day.
I wish I was born then.
One day.
On that note, Courtney, where can your fans find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Stuart Starlet.
Jesse, Mr. Angry Man today, where can your fans find you?
You gangsta.
Not at Tim Allen's comedy show. At DJ Jesse J.
And you can find me at Dario Kristen on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Thank you guys for tuning in to Black Hollywood Live this week. Be sure to join us next week and answer the question on our Black Hollywood Live site. Should Little Mama join the group TLC? You guys vote. We'll read the results next week's show, and have a wonderful weekend. See you soon.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, Dario Kristen, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network. If you have questions or comments, tweet us at BHL Online or email us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. For more exclusive content, visit blackhollywoodlive.com. This has been a presentation of the Black Hollywood Live Network.
Hollywood Redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.